Hey guys, welcome back to Contest Prep University. I'm Joe Klemczewski with Adam Atkinson. We are in episode 3 talking about the scientific method, which Adam just adeptly went right into in his own observation, moving into a hypothesis, and then he tested a hypothesis he had. And I think that's the first critical step in really understanding that now you're on the path to collect real data. You're going to look for some kind of result, and you've already isolated, just one variable at a time. But is it appropriate to test it, just at a contest? What I would argue, Adam, is you could kind of roll back to the observation phase and say, well, on a normal training day, when I'm fully hydrated, let's say I've had 1.5 gallons of water, maybe 2 gallons, and I'm in the gym working out, I don't look, quote, watery. I look full and vascular and amazing. And let me actually start observing that every day. I'm gonna change my water levels a little bit. So you don't have to wait until the day of the show. Your big test, because you're trying to test your effectiveness on contest day, that is something to call the Super Bowl of your experiment. But you can also observe and refine your hypothesis before you even get to that point. And I wonder if you had already done that, if that's how you came up with your original hypothesis.
Yeah, essentially what I noticed, Friday night before the show looked good. Saturday, not great. Day after the show, good again. And really the whole week leading up to my peak weeks, I always look good until show day. So I pretty much, the only thing I thought about was, well, if I eat a lot of food Saturday night, maybe I'm going to look fantastic on Sunday. But also, with Sunday, I was adding water back in too. So instead of doing something I was completely uncomfortable with, which was adding a ton of food and keeping the water in, I said, let's just change one thing. Because if I change multiple things, I won't really know what it's going to be.
And I would say, we were discussing this podcast or vlog that these guys did, and they were just astounded how the miracle of the burger and fries just made their clients look perfect. What if they had done some extra observation and said, well, maybe it's a sodium, maybe it's a fat, maybe it's the extra carbs, maybe it's the fact that this was a 1,500 calorie meal for somebody that normally isn't even eating that much per day. And they could have tested that along the way, even with different foods. If it's just the sodium, maybe it's not the burger and fries. Maybe that's not needed. Maybe we could just do a different food source with extra sodium. If it's the fats or the amount of fat and carbs or total calories, these are things that you can do and do little mini tests before you get to contest day. And you might find out exactly what you're doing, but at least along the way, you are collecting data. And this is all very observational. I would call this qualitative, quote, research, where you're just starting to refine your observations and your hypotheses. But was there anything else that really stuck out to you, as they were going through this, I don't know how long it was. I didn't watch the whole thing. It may have been 45 minutes talking about just this miracle of burgers and fries, and everybody should do this because it works every time. Well, what else was coming to your mind that they were lacking?
I think the whole fact they thought that the burgers slowed the metabolism down, and specifically a double patty, which is your most thermic, protein, macronutrient you can get. And I laughed my ass off when I saw that.
You bring up a great point. So in the absence of real data or analysis, that is the next step, then you're just making stories up, right? And that is the need of the human brain. If we do not understand something, if we do not know an empirical answer, we will create a story. And that's what they've done. They've just fallen back to, evolutionary anthropology, which is, hey, there's thunder, so God must be mad at us, or, there's a famine, so let's go sacrifice one of our children. Maybe that will appease the gods. They're literally just creating stories because of lack of knowledge in an era where you just don't have to do that. So let's move into, in episode 4, we'll take a break for this episode, and we're going to talk about how to analyze results. So thank you, Adam, and you guys stay tuned. We're gonna continue this series in the scientific method.